Okay, today I'm going to be making hot chocolate on my 1917 Hughes electric range. Let's get started. Look at all those orbs. Okay, first things first, let us gather our milk out of the fridge. I just purchased this at Family Dollar. I need to go purchase some more raw milk and pasteurize it myself. Pasteurization is just the act of heating up the milk to about 120 degrees and maintaining that temperature for a set amount of time. And that is pasteurization. That's all it is. People have a cow, pardon the pun, when I cook with raw milk, but little do they know, as it cooks, it pasteurizes the milk. Anyway, let's get started making this hot chocolate. So this is a super simple recipe. All the ingredients you will require to make this yourselves, if y'all would like to do so, are right there. You have cocoa powder, you have vanilla extract, you have sugar, and then the rest is just water and milk. Oh, and you can't forget a dash of salt. The salt's behind the vanilla extract right there. Okay, let us gather a saucepan because that's what we're going to make this in. I'm going to use this tinned copper pot. A lot of people are always like, your stuff must have lead in it. Just because something's old doesn't mean it has asbestos or lead. I mean, this does have asbestos in it. The oven part is wrapped with 3/4 an inch thick asbestos sheeting all the way around. But I never come into contact with it. People don't realize how asbestos gets you. You have to breathe in the microscopic hook-shaped fibers, and they hook to your lungs, and then 40 years down the line, after your lungs have grown over it, and your lungs have scarred and stuff, it can become problematic. I can't even talk. It can become cancer, like mesothelioma. I mean, this whole ceiling in here is asbestos, but as long as you don't disturb it, it won't disturb you. Treat it like a yellow jacket nest. Don't disturb it, and it won't disturb you. Anyway, let's get started. Yeah, most of my stuff does not have lead in it. So they actually knew back in the day that lead was poisonous. They knew a lot of their stuff was poisonous, like the arsenic in wallpaper and stuff. The Paris Green, which I have a tin of Acme Paris Green. But anyway, a poison is a poison only depending on the dose. Water could be a poison if you have too much of it. I mean, take anything that you take in internally. It could be a poison if you have too much of it. Anyway, so there's that. Let's get started. Enough of that side quest. Okay, we're going to start with 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. And to this we'll add 1/3 cup of water. Let me get the water. Now we're going to add 1/2 cup of sugar to this. Let me get the sugar. Also, if you're wondering what outfit I'm wearing today, this is actually only the second time I've worn this outfit. It's my 1897 Lowenstein & Sons suit. So it's from 1897. After I finish this, I will take off the suit coat and show y'all the vest and everything. But yeah. That's what I'm wearing. Now we're going to turn on this burner. I don't know why I didn't do that already. I mean, I could have had this heating up this whole time. We'll wait for that to start glowing. Any day now, it'll glow. Let it glow, let it glow, let it go. Oh my god. I'm like the Grinch, y'all. Okay, it's glowing. Great. I need a stirring spoon. I'm so glad they're so close with my spoon set that I ordered. Yay. By the way, I'm still salty, whoever has that other wooden spoon. If you know, you know. Okay, so now we're going to cook this until it's a little bit darker brown. Also, while this cooks, for the people who were beside themselves about me doing electrical work live the other day and installing those switches, thinking those switches are fire hazards and stuff, I just love all the pocket electricians. If you go back and watch my previous videos, which somebody got mad and said, I used to think this person was so nice, but he always says go back and watch my previous videos and he's rude about it and stuff. But if you go back and watch my previous videos, you'll see the videos where I sent electricity wirelessly to Chicago. Anyway, When I was 3 years old, my dad, who is a master electrician and owns his own company, taught me how to wire stuff. And from there, curiosity. So I would read a lot about electronics and stuff. And I self-taught myself a bunch of stuff. So, anyway, I know what I'm doing. But thank you. Anyway, that's that. So this ties into my electrical stuff, but I bought this stove on Facebook Marketplace, or this range on Facebook Marketplace for $400. It was in, where was it? Starts with a G, Georgetown, Texas. And I drove there to go get it. Here's an ad for the range from 1917. Hughes electric range. It's electric. It's electric. But anyway, so I actually restored this stove myself. If you go back and watch my previous videos, you can see the first videos with it, and this is all rusty. The nickel-plated chrome stuff is all rusty. The paint was rusty and stuff. And I actually recoiled all of the burners on this thing, except for the broiler coil, which is all original, and it still works from 1917. So this stove connects very interestingly. So I rewound all the burners with type 80 nichrome wire. That means it is 20% chromium, 80% nickel, which offers a high resistance across a line. So the breaker or the circuit does not see it as a direct short, like a 1 ohm short or whatever. It sees it sort of similar to a light bulb. So instead of a light bulb, though, its purpose is to heat things so it doesn't glow as bright. Although that is how a light bulb works as well. It's just in a vacuum so you can get it to glow brighter. But anyway, it doesn't see it as a short. I am burning this. It doesn't see it as a short. So basically, this connects very interesting too. It's from the knob and tube era. Here's some porcelain cleats. I did that kind of because it's like knob and tube era stuff. This is cloth wire. It's new though. I got it on eBay. It's 8-gauge cloth wire. But one side of the nichrome element will see 120 volts. So half of the phase basically. And then it goes to ground. And then you have another coil in that same circuit. The other coil sees the other side of that phase of 120, and it goes to ground. So that's how that works. It goes phase to ground on this coil, and phase to ground on this coil, or phase to neutral on this coil. Sorry, not ground, neutral. Anyway, but that's how that works. So what that means in a nutshell is you have a transformer coming into your house, basically. You have 240 coming into your house. Well, the transformer has 2 coils in it. One coil is the primary coil, and one coil is the secondary coil. If you are stepping down voltage, you have the 3 wires on the top of the power pole, which are the high voltage line. So the high voltage goes into the transformer on the telephone pole, and then it comes out of the secondary coil, which is the whole separate coils. There are 2 coils wound on a magnetic magnetic cord. This coil has more windings if it's a step-down transformer, and this coil has less windings but is thicker wire. The coil with the least amount of windings with the thicker wire is what goes into your house. The coil would be 2 ends, but they tap the center of the coil, so there's 3 wires, the direct center, because there is a phase, like a wave. Alternating current has a wavelength. If you've watched my previous videos, watch my 3rd pin video and you'll get this. But alternating current has a waveform with it. Well, okay, so there's a phase. So the center of that, the nodal point basically of that wave, they tap the center of it. So if you take this leg of the transformer and the center tap, that's 120. And if you take this other end and the center tap, that's another 120. If you take both of the ends, that's 240, like what your dryer would run on. That's what modern stoves or ranges will run on. This one uses all 3 of those wires, but it goes half of the stove works on 120 to neutral, and the other half, so 3 other burners work on the other side to neutral. And that's how this works. It's knob and tube era. That's what they did. Anyway, let's continue. I have gotten on a huge side quest. Okay, now we're going to add 4 cups of milk to this. Now we're going to let this heat up and we'll add some salt, and then we'll end by adding our vanilla extract, and then we will have hot chocolate. And I'm going to have to drink this all by myself because there's nobody else here besides the spirits that you saw in the beginning of this video. And you've probably been seeing orbs fly all around me. At this point, it's just whatever. It's normal to me. And that door that's behind y'all, my closet door, if y'all haven't watched those videos, those are fun to watch. That closet door will open. One video it opened on command. But yeah, no. And I ghost hunt too here sometimes with friends. You can see stuff. It really doesn't faze me anymore. It's, pardon the pun, I said faze. But yeah, anyway, there's that. And that clock chimed. These clocks always chime, like, at an important moment, you know. Anyway, you'd have to be here to understand. But now, I'm going to add the salt. And then I'll let this heat up some more, and we'll add our vanilla extract. So while that heats up, I'm going to show you this suit from the 1890s. I believe it's from 1897. Okay, I'm going to go into my parlor for this. So I'm going to go ahead and take off this. Let me just trip over that rug really quick. I'm going to go ahead and take off the suit coat. Let me get it off. Now, the sleeve linings do need a little work, but that's to be expected. So here is the inside of this. Here's the little vest. Let me tuck in my shirt better. I need some suspenders for this outfit. But yeah, no, here are the pants. Everything is a set. This is all from 1897. Anyway, and the waistcoat is a 34, size 34. I could tighten it in the back, but I can't reach because I have dinosaur arms. Let me show you up close. Here is the coat. If y'all want to look up who made it, it should be in this pocket. Just kidding. It's not in that pocket. Where is... I know there is a tag on this. Here it is. No, it isn't. Wait, what does this say? J.W. McBeam, Hamilton, Missouri. It says Lowenstein on that part. And then there's this. And it's Lowenstein of Chicago. Where is that tag? Let me find this tag. Hang on. It was in this pocket. I just wasn't looking hard enough. Let me get this to where I can actually read it. Can you get... Okay. It says L. Lowenstein and Son, Chicago. There it is. Oh my gosh, I'm burning my hot chocolate. No, I'm not. Just kidding. Okay, I believe this is hot enough now, so we're going to go ahead and add the vanilla extract to this. And then it'll be ready. And then I have to drink all of it by myself because nobody's here to join me. Sad. Just kidding. Anyway, vanilla. That was a lot. I'm going to add more because I want to. I like things vanilla-y. It's just me, myself, and I, so, you know, why not? Yes, give me that chocolate. Okay, let's try some of this hot chocolate. I'm going to have to let this cool. I think I shall enjoy this hot chocolate in the parlor. Why did I sit in the ladies' chair? Let me go to the gentleman's chair. Oh, that's good. That's the best hot chocolate I've ever tasted. If I do say so myself. I think I'm going to enjoy the rest of this. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's perfect. And that's it.